author of One Rental at a Time. And yes, you can get that book on Amazon or Audible. Do me a favor, if you like the book, go back to Amazon or Audible and leave me a quick 5-star review. I would greatly appreciate it. That review is part of my positive impact score. And if you want to help me get to, a score of 500,000 points every week, do me a favor, buy the book, write a review. That would be very, very helpful. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, this 500,000 point positive impact score, you can look at my goals playlist, and the last couple of weeks you will see what I'm talking about. I'm really focused on positive impact, and it all boils down to the final 6th level, and that is students doing deals. And that's where this topic comes from. A student asked me, how do you know when you're finally ready? Real estate investing can be scary. Real estate investing could be nervous. You can make a mistake in real estate investing. People have gone broke in real estate investing. There are challenges and all of that stuff. So I get it. You're apprehensive. You're nervous. Maybe you experienced the crash from last time. I don't know. But here are the 5 questions. And I think if you can answer these 5 questions, you've done the work. And yes, I just completed working out. And of course, I'm wearing my shirt, do the work, because, that's the mantra of this channel. If you do the work, you prepare, you get ready, you will move forward. So here are the 5 questions I think you need to ask yourself. Number 1, and it all starts here. It's the first part of my course, links below. What are you looking for? What do you want to buy? And where do you want to buy it in? Now, some of you come to me in the beginning, right? If you're not one of my students, and you might say, hey, Michael, I want to buy in Fresno like you, or I want to buy in Cleveland, or I want to buy in Huntsville. I'm just making cities up. I want to buy a house in one of those 3 spots. Not enough. Not enough. Generally speaking, I'm talking to full-time employees. And if your goal is to buy a house in Fresno, Cleveland, or Huntsville, you either are not going to do it, or you are very likely going to make a mistake. What I think you need to do, and again, question number 1, is you need to get hyper-focused. You need to take Fresno, Cleveland, Huntsville, break it down. You need to break it down to at least a zip code. And likely not only a zip code, but a type. For example, it's not houses in 93701 or 93704 or whatever. And forgive me, I don't know zip codes in Cleveland or Huntsville, or else I would just spout those out. I'm looking for 3-bedroom, 2-bath homes with a 2-car garage between 1,100 and 1,600 square feet. The more focused you are on what you're looking for, the better. I want you to be so focused that when you put that search into Realtor today, yesterday, tomorrow, you're going to get somewhere between 20 and 40 active listings. If your criteria is so tight that you get 2, you need to drop some off. If your criteria is so loose that you get 100, it's too big. You have to remember that you are going to look at this for 10 to 20 minutes a day. And you have to remember, I don't live in Fresno. I've never spent the night in Fresno. It was just a market that's 2.5 hours away. And I learned this market, or learned that market. I don't live in the market I invest in. Right, so there you go. What are you looking for? And oh, by the way, you should be comfortable enough telling someone. So if you're one of my students and we're on our Saturday live streams at 9 a.m. in the Facebook group, I might ask you, what are you looking for? And I would expect you to say, I'm looking for this zip code, this type, this area, or maybe these 2 areas or these 2 types. So that's question number 1. That's where it starts. Most new investors say one of 2 things. Either, hey, Michael, I just want a deal. That's a recipe to be taken advantage of. If you come with the attitude of, I just want a deal, some turnkey provider, some real estate agent is going to take your money. You're going to get a bad deal. And if you're one of my students, you know that there's bad, average, good, and great. All we want is good and great deals. It takes work. It's hard. It was really hard in 2020. It will be less hard in 2021, but we've got to do the work. Okay? So, number 2, do you know what an average deal is in your market? If you're taking my course, step 1 and step 2 is all about that simple question. You're going to spend 30 or 60 or maybe 90 days, depending on how much your market changes, learning average. Once you can tell me, hey, Michael, in Cleveland, the average is 10.2%. In Huntsville, it's 9.8%. And in Fresno, it's 6.6%. Ho, you have unlocked the magic to good and great deals. Now, those numbers I just rattled off, those are yield. If you're my students, you know what I'm talking about. You know how to calculate. I even give you my spreadsheet, the same spreadsheet I use today to compare houses in small multifamily. It's that simple. Number 3, here's the real test if you're ready. Can one of your friends, your significant other, your mom, your dad, whoever, somebody, can somebody you're talking to, can you take a new listing and can you compare it to 100 new or 100 old properties? Hey, mom, hey, friend, hey, neighbor, this house is the number 3 best deal I have seen over the last 30, 60, 90 days. When you are comfortable, confident in all of that, you've done the work, man, that's when you're ready. When you can answer that question, when you know a top 5 deal from a bottom 5 deal, pretty powerful. Next, who is on your team? If you're taking my course, this is in step 3 or step 4. I think it's step 4. You need to start building your team. Generally speaking, starts with property management, then probably real estate agents, then bankers, then general contractors, and it goes on from there. If you're going to be in this business of real estate investing, you have to realize it is a people business and you will continually meet more and more people. Your network needs to continue to grow. My network in Fresno is going on 20 years. It's still growing. That's good. It never stops. You never know where a deal will come from, all of that stuff. So keep growing. Never be satisfied with your network. And finally, I need you to ask something of yourself. Whatever market you've chosen, and again, go back to Fresno, Cleveland, and Huntsville. Please do me this favor. Become a historian of your market. What was going on in your market from a price standpoint in 2000, 2005, 2010, 2015, and yes, 2020? Is it flat? Is it like California where it's up and down? Is it kind of boring? What is going on? But do yourself a favor and become a student of the game. And just because I see this behind my shoulder and some of you are going to go, hey, what's that clock? My daughter created this for me. I don't know if you can see it. It stands for 1 rental at a time. Yes, my daughter's an artist and she was having fun and she created that. Yep. 1 rental at a time. So anyways, that was what was behind my shoulder I saw. All right, everybody, that's how you do it. How do you know when you're ready? Answer those 5 questions. What are you looking for? What is an average deal? Can you compare a new deal versus old deals? Who's on your team? Who needs to be on your team? And finally, what did your market look like in 2000, 2005, 2010, 2015, and 2020? Have a wonderful day. Take care.